Well, shoot. Hey, Countryside Russell, can you hear me? Sorry, my Wi-Fi is acting up and I was having to switch some stuff around. But let me know if you can hear me. Very nice. Well, hey, I'm just hanging out here. I got a couple of boxes of halves. I was going to try to record something and edit it and post it, and I thought, you know, I'll just jump on and live stream. I know there's a bunch of people live streaming right now, but I figured I'd see if anybody'd come hang out with me. So you're here. That's one. That's better than none. So I got 2 boxes here. If you want to pick, I'll let you pick. I don't care. I was going to do them both, but let me know in the chat, sir. What would you like to see me open? Number 1 or number 2? Number 1 it is. Look at that. Oh, that's a heavy box. All right, let's see. I can tell you, I have been struggling with my boxes the last couple of weeks, man. A lot of NIFCs, but not a lot of silver. Not even a lot of good varieties either, which has been kind of problematic. But quarters have been fun. Still no silver there either, but quarters have been good. Let's see here. Sorry, I got to tilt these for me to be able to see them real well. I don't see anything jumping out as silver. That one's got a little bit of funny color on it, but let's just get into them. Silver in this one, man. I like the way you think. For fun, let's weigh a couple of these first 3 rolls just to see if anything jumps out at us. So you know about weighing rolls, Russell? Well, we definitely don't want to see troy ounces. Hang on. We want grams. 225.2 is light. 225.4 is about normal. Let's do the first 5 here. 224.7 is light. 225.6 is right in the middle. 225.1. So these first 5 may not be all that much fun, but I like to weigh a couple just to see what we might be getting into. Oh, good. You've watched a couple times. That's good. Where are you from, Countryside Russell? Come on, piece of paper. There we go. Nothing in there as far as I can tell. And I'm only going to pull, like, I get a ton of 71Ds, but I've kind of gotten to the point that unless they look real nice, I don't look at them anymore. I'm probably missing out on some varieties. That's a 72. We'll check that. But a lot of times the varieties are only worth decent money. Like I'll look at that 74 just because I love to look at the 74Ds. They're only worth kind of a lot of money if they're in decent condition. So if they're all scratched up and cruddy, there's no sense. So you were in Calcutta, Idaho. Well, I am just outside Atlanta, Georgia. So it's getting a little bit late. And I wanted to get through these halves so I could take them back to the bank tomorrow because I've got 2 more halves waiting for me. Nope, 3 more half boxes waiting for me. So I wanted to go ahead and get through these. I was doing quarters a little bit earlier and saw that bicentennial and got excited and then was like, well, wait a minute, we don't care too much about bicentennials and the halves. And you can see that FG. I think I said Idaho. You're right. It's Ohio. I just can't read. Sorry for that. So I have some family up in Ohio, the Columbus area. Last time I was up there, I was up for work, and I stopped by a casino and won like $900 in about 5 minutes and bought dinner for everybody. That was a good time. And I have not been back to Ohio since. I've only ever metal detected. Oh, well, I appreciate that. There's a lot of really good coin roll hunters out there, but it makes me feel happy to know that I'm one of the ones you've tagged and you watch. Man, that's cool. I will tell you, and I may have mentioned this in a previous stream, when I was a kid, I loved the idea of metal detecting. And I probably had 2 or 3 metal detectors growing up as a kid, and I'm sure they were all the super cheapo Radio Shack special. Because my family didn't have a lot of money growing up, so they would have never bought me something that nice. And I don't think I ever found anything more than, the little pull tabs from aluminum cans. But I love doing it. When I was little, we had one thick rim in here. I wanted to go slow here and check that out. 81D, just a fat rim 81D. So, yeah, it's something that intrigues me. It's something that I think I would enjoy doing. I'm not sure where I would metal detect in the metro Atlanta area. It's a 77. I don't look at that. I don't look at a lot of those. 74D. There was a guy I was watching for a little while on YouTube metal detecting, and that dude, he was always in the water. He was metal detecting like underwater at the beach and stuff. He found all sorts of crazy stuff at the beach. But you would think he'd be out on the sand, and he wasn't. He was always in the water. The other thing that I'd really like to do that's treasure hunting is North Georgia is known for some gold panning. That's something I want to do, and I know my son wants to do it, but I looked into it, and it's kind of hard work, and you need some gear, and I just haven't sat down and convinced myself that it's a good idea, although I'm intrigued by it. The other thing I want to do is go to the diamond fields in Arkansas and go hunting for diamonds. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So what do I look for? So I have started a little pile over here that you can't see. So for varieties and errors, the 77D has a DDO, double die obverse. Generally presents itself in the We Trust and the 77. The 72 has a DDO that shows up in the Trust. Same with the 74D, except it can be found in the T and the Y, typically. And the 71D can be found in the In God and the Trust part. It has 2 different DDOs, double die obverse. So I check those The 72D, the 82P, and the 83P, if you look in this kind of right crotch area, if you will, on the back, you can see there's a FG. Well, the 72P, the 72D, 82P, and the 83P, if you can find one where that FG is missing, that's called a no FG, and those are worth some money too. And I found a bunch of those over the last year or so. So I hunt those. And then, of course, we are always looking for silver, and we are looking for NIFCs, which would be your 2002 to current year. And NIFC stands for not intended for circulation. So those are the things most half-dollar hunters are looking for. If you follow some other people, not everybody looks for the errors and varieties. Not everyone pulls NIFCs. There's a lot of half-dollar hunters that only hunt for silver. And that is the fastest way to go through a box. But you can potentially be leaving quite a bit of cash on the table if you can find some of the errors and varieties. My biggest sale I sold, I think it was either a 72D no FG or it was a 74D DDO, and I got $50 for it on eBay that I found in a box coin roll hunting. That's the most I've ever gotten for a single coin, and of course, you know, your 90% silvers are worth right now about $9, give or take $9.50. So silver is always nice. It's just sometimes hard to come by. So like here's an 83P. I can actually see it with when I have my glasses on, but you can see clearly there is an FG in there. So, and I saw that with my eyes. I don't have to put them under the scope. This is a 72D, also had a FG on it. Like this is a 71D, but it's kind of cruddy. I'm not going to check it under the scope. I used to check them all, but then I found every box I was going through was taking me like way too long. And then when I did find stuff, like I would take it to my LCS and the guy would look at it and say like, well, you found one, but nobody's going to want to buy it because it's, you know, it's all chewed to crap. So I kind of said that I'm going to stop looking at those. So hopefully that makes sense. If you are silver hunting, this is about all you ever need to see. There are plenty of people that open a roll, they look at this, they don't see silver, and they move on. And I've got a couple of silvers sitting over here. I'm going to put them in this roll so you see if you can see them. So these have been planted. So if I show you this, can you see the silver in there? And I know I'm probably 20 or 30 seconds delay, but if you're silver hunting, this is all you need to see, quite frankly, because that silver just pops right out. It doesn't show up as well on the camera, but there's one there and there's one there, and one is a 40% and one is a 90, but I put those in there for demonstration. Those were just some silver pieces I had sitting over on the side, so... Well, they're not even just lighter. They're kind of whitey gray color, and most of the rest of the coins are. You can see the clad and the copper, whereas silver it's kind of gray. And if it's gray with a line, then you know that you have a 40%er. And if it's just solid gray, then you know you've got a 90%er, because a 90% half has almost no copper or clad or anything else in it. So that line is missing. And that's how a lot of coin roll hunters, the minute they look at the edge, they know this is a 90 or this is a 40. You just get used to it. You know what you're looking for. And then you do get like this roll here. You know, you'll open it and you'll see right here you've got something that it will look suspicious to you when you start, but that's just going to be like a dirty 74 or 71 or something like that. I mean, it may not be, but I've done enough of these rolls. Actually, it's just a dirty bicentennial. But that's the kind of stuff that'll fool you, and that's why most coin roll hunters open it, they look at the edges, and different people do it different ways. They may go through them like that. Lately, I've just started picking them up. You get 10 times dirtier doing it this way, but I found I can actually rip through them faster if I want to by picking them up. But you want to look at every one, because I've had some 90% walkers that were just really, really dirty, and you couldn't see that they were silver until you actually picked them up and physically looked at them, looked at the face. So I try to look at every single coin so I don't miss anything. That's just how I roll. But I have picked up boxes from the bank where someone has taken a straight razor or a box knife and literally cut the roll straight up the side. And you can pinch the paper and actually see all the edges, and they take them and put them right back in the box and return them to the bank. And that kind of behavior gives coin roll hunters a bad name at the banks. Bank tellers don't like to see that. They don't like the coins coming right back to them. There are people that do it. It's just never been my style. And I'll stop and put all these under the scope here in a minute. If you want to know, exactly what we're looking for, I'll kind of try to explain it if I can. It might be a little hard, but if you're interested. Oh, that's a 2000. Well, we need to find us some silver. That would be exciting. I think my last live stream, there was somebody that was like, silver's coming, but I gotta go. And like the second that person left, I found silver in the next roll. It was pretty funny. Pretty sure that was an FG under there. It's a shiny 71D. I'll take a look at that under the scope in a minute. What's the most you have made off of a box? So for me, I have still never found like a mega box like you see some people on YouTube. I want to say my biggest box ever was somewhere between 10 and maybe 12 or 13 silvers. And I want to say in that box I had like 6 90%ers and the rest were 40%ers. If you're talking pure silver. So if you've got 6 90s, to make the math easy, call it $10 a 90. That would be $60. And then the other, let's say it was 5, it would have been more than that. It would have been like 8 or 9 40%ers. And again, call it, $3.50, $4 on those. So, $30, $35 on 40%ers. So about $100, I would say, in silver has been my biggest box. But like I've seen Silver Seeker hit a box that had like 140 silvers in it. I mean, it happens. It's just never happened to me. Hey, Chris, I just started. I'm about 10, 12 rolls in on this first box. I haven't found anything of interest, but I've pulled some varieties. That's the 72s I'm looking at as I go, just simply because I can see it with my naked eye normally. When I can't, I want to verify it real quick. But no real finds, no nifsies, no nothing. I've got a small pile that I'm going to put under the scope for all your typical DDOs here in just a minute. So Bella's best box was 72 silvers. That's amazing. Hey, Dennis. Dennis Sparkman's in the house. He's gotten a 90 in 1840s. Yeah, man, that's a bigger box than I've ever found. But I'm hopeful. I'm gonna hit it one day. I am hopeful. I'm still kicking myself, and it's if you go back early in my channel, I got a little coin dump from the bank, and I had a bunch of nickels and stuff that were 30s, 40s, 50s nickels that I'm sure looking back now, because I just didn't know enough to care, and I returned all those things to the bank, or not all of them, most of them. And the reality is, I probably had I had a decent amount of money in those nickels that I shouldn't have returned. I did keep all the wheat pennies, though. And I did sell all the quarters that I got in the little collection dump that were worth something, so I did okay there. But live and learn, right? What's up, Jinx? How you doing, man? Gonna come watch me just not find anything in my boxes tonight? That's a terrible attitude. I'm gonna find lots of stuff in these boxes tonight. If you're just joining, I do have 2 boxes. I'm about halfway through the top rack of this Brinks box that I'm doing, so almost 15 rolls in, and we have not found anything of interest, but I do have about 15 coins over here on the side that I'm going to put under the scope here in a minute. We're going to do a little variety hunting. I did do a partial box of quarters tonight. It just teased me with W's. So much shiny 2019 and 2020. Just nothing in there. At least in the first couple of rolls, first probably 10, 20 rolls that I did. And then I put them away because I got to get back to the bank tomorrow and I can get through these halves a lot faster. So, is that a D? That's a D. I'm going to look at that. That was a 74D, folks. It's a 71D. We'll look at that. And yes, I don't know how well you guys can see, there's some stuff that I'm tossing aside that I could put under the scope, but I'm not going to check everything. Let's see here. Chris says 3 walkers yesterday. Sweet. Yeah, Chris, I saw that video where when you found all that silver. I watched that and I was like, wow, that needs to be me. So yeah, Bella's dad, aka Phil. Go back to the beginning of my channel. I probably hunted 30 freaking boxes without any silver. I got skunked just box after box. And it's actually funny. I think if you go back on my channel and watch my very first video, I found silver in my very first video, and that was probably somewhere in the teens to the 20th box I'd gotten, and I decided that I was just going to try posting it on video on YouTube to see what happened, if anybody would actually watch it. And if people watched it, I was going to make more, and if people didn't, then I probably would quit. And people were watching it, so I kept making videos. And here we are today. But after that first box, man, it was several weeks worth of boxes before I found my next silver. But just keep plugging away. Silver will come. That's a lot of boxes in a week, man. I'm up to 7 to 8 right now. If I didn't have a full-time job and kids and all that, I could probably do more, but as it is now, my job has gotten so crazy, I have a hard time getting to the bank to pick up the coins or to pick up the 7 to 8 boxes that I have now. Almost. 2001D. We almost got an NIFC. Going on a 4-hour drive tomorrow. Plan on stopping at a few places and picking up some halves. There you go. Now, Chris, are you traveling for work? Because I know you're like a what is it? A meteorologist, a weatherman? I don't know the right term. Apologies. Are you traveling for work, or is this pleasure? That's funny. I have been known during the workday, now that I'm working from home, to open a few rolls when I'm sitting on a meeting, but I can't get through a whole box during the day. I just don't have the time. I've also been known to go through a box at night and in between meetings and such, get stuff under the scope to see if I need to keep it. I can admit to that pretty freely. 1995p. Oh, sweet. Nice. Enjoy your day off then. Enjoy the day. Yeah, we're going on vacation in a couple of weeks. We're going down to Florida, and we got a beach house for the week. Taking the kids down there to relax for a bit and disconnect. It'll be nice. We haven't been on a proper vacation since last summer, and we only did that for like 2 or 3 days. And so it was a quasi-proper vacation, I suppose. Meteorologist. I knew I had the right thing. Minnesota. You gotta get ready for a show right now, and you're watching me? Well, I appreciate that. Makes me feel very important, Chris. Thank you so much. Hey, while you're doing your show, hey, give Georgia Silverhunter a shout out. That'd be funny. Talking about cold fronts and weather and snow, and by the way, y'all should watch this YouTuber that I like. That'd be funny. Oh, well, there you go. Being the boss and working second shift has its advantages. Sounds like. Somebody asked me if you could make a living doing this. And I was like, there might have been a time where you could make a living doing this. I would be hard pressed to see how you could float enough cash to keep the coins coming and be able to sell enough of what you find to live. I mean, I guess so let me back up. If you have a YouTube channel and you have 100,000, subs, and you're pulling in, 60, 80, 100K off your YouTube channel, you could totally make a living hunting coins. But take that out of the equation. I don't know how you could sit in your basement and make a living doing this. Be kind of interesting to try, though. A terrible living, yeah. Well, that's the joke I've had with my wife about retirement, right? I mean, you can retire whenever you like. You just might not have the life you wanted in retirement. You might have to live awfully thin if you retire too early. As my dad always said, life is a choice. So just make good ones. That's ugly. Yeah, make sure to hit that like button, guys. Tell your friends. Share my videos. Because if you hit like, this little video will show up for more people. And if I haven't said it, I appreciate you guys stopping by and checking me out, man. I really do. Been watching that big severe weather just to your west. Oh man, that weather coming into Atlanta is crazy. There's a guy I work with that tomorrow's his last day, and we met up for a couple of beers. And as we were leaving, you could see the darkness coming in. So it's been crazy. Well, cool. That means, hey, Chris, that means you've done the right thing with notifications if this just popped up for you. So thank you, man. That is something I've seen a lot of people, and I've talked about it a little bit during my videos. It's amazing how many people will come and watch your videos time and again and not be subscribed. And it's like, just hit the button, man. It's not hard. So, just so you guys can see, that's the bottom half of this box. I don't see any silver enders. We didn't check before we just checked the top rack. So I don't see any silver in there either. Hey man, see you, Chris. Enjoy. Good luck on the show tonight. All right, at 25 rolls, we're going to stop and put some stuff under the scope. If there's anybody in the chat that doesn't know what we're looking for, feel free to speak up. And I will happily try to tell you what we are looking for. We just might not find anything. We need some silver. We need something. Still no. Jinx, I don't know if you're still out there. I caught you for a little bit yesterday, and you were on like 6 or 7 W's in your last quarter box. How'd that box end for you? If you're there. All right, so I think it's this one. Yeah, it's that one. So I'm going to start with the 1971 Ds. I've got about 12 of them. We are looking for and some of this, the reflection will throw you. We're looking for doubling in the in or on the God. And doubling is what it sounds like. It's where you can see serifs and parts of the letter twice. And there are some specific markers that help. And if I see some of them, I will stop and try to point them out. But the odds of finding a 71 DDO are pretty slim. So this one's partial. Not really, not that I've got it turned that way. So never mind. Box 1, 6, box 2, 4, box 3, 1. So you had 6 in box 1. You had 2 W's in box 2 and 1 in box 3. Man, that's awesome. My last 2 boxes have been W skunks. Got about 7 of these left for 71. Six, 4, 1, 11 total. Now, Jinx, have you tried selling any of those on eBay? I think I asked you that. I mean, I always look up the value. I've got about 10 or 12 W's. I've got 10 or 12 W's, but I've never actually tried to sell them on eBay. So curious if you've done well with them, if you've tried to sell them. Hang on. Four left on these 71. So far, we haven't seen anything interesting. Have every one you've ever found except the ones you've given away. Now, for those of you that don't know, it's happened to Jinx as well. picked up a dime box, and the entire box was 2021p dimes, the entire box. And Jinx was the one that kind of clued me in to look at it. And they were going on eBay when he first told me for about 11 or 12 bucks a roll. And by the time I got my rolls out there, like $9.50, $10 was kind of the sweet spot. And I ended up selling, I think, 40 rolls of 2021p dimes that were uncirculated direct from the bank. And I made about $150 on that box of dimes. That was also kind of a nice find, considering I didn't have to do anything other than open the box and sell them as rolls. The hardest part was probably packaging them up and shipping them. So these are just 72p. Half dollars. Again, we're looking for doubling mainly in the R, the U, the S, and the T. You guys can't see my cursor, otherwise I would point out exactly what I'm looking at. But we don't have to look at the in God part for the 72 because it's not going to show up there. So we are done with our 72s. Wow, 35 each on the Memorial Park W's. That's nice. I think I have one or two of those. But like I said, I haven't sold any of my W's. I think that if I, if I had a box where I found 10 or 12 or 15 of them, I would move those in a second. So on the 74D, if you guys don't know, there is doubling again on the R, U, S, and T, and there is a little notch. You can see doubling in the serif on the 4 off to the right. That's the telltale sign. So the 74s you can look at pretty quickly and know if you've got one, because the easiest place to see it is actually down in the 4. And a long time ago, I used to say the 74D was the easiest DDO to find because I felt like I found one in every box. And I haven't found one in like 6 months. So yeah, what helped me tremendously was, I was selling them and I was getting like, one roll a day kind of thing, or somebody would come in and buy 2 or 3. And like on a Saturday, I woke up in the morning and somebody had bought 30 rolls. And that was highly profitable because I only had to pay 1 shipping fee, not a bunch of, nickel and dime me to death shipping fees. That one's going to be disgusting. And that was the real winner, is moving 30 of those in a single sale. So 77Ds, I have never found a DDO in these. That one's kind of chewed up. But we're going to check it real quick. So you found 2 74Ds today, Dennis? That's awesome. If they're in good shape, which a lot of these really aren't that I'm looking at. These are actually 77s, but most of those 74s I looked at were not. I mean, you can get decent money for a really good 74D DDO. At least that's been my experience. And the 73D, there's a doubling in the 3. Doubling in trust is where it usually shows up. I'm going to have to look at that upside down because I think it's just the reflection. That just looks fat to me, but which that can also be a sign of doubling, but I'm not an expert there. And it can also show up in the L, the I, and the B, and I don't see it. At least I don't think. No, I don't. All right, well, good for you, man. If they're in good shape, check them out on eBay. You can probably make a few bucks on them. All right, back to the rolls. Sorry if that took too long, but I wanted to stop at the halfway point and do that, so. That's a decent 71. I'll look at that a little bit later. The silver has just been tough. Anybody need an S quarter? I got one of those. Because as you all know, S means hope if you watch Superman. I need to find something. We need some silver. We need a variety. We need something. I did a car hunt the other day. I know I've talked about that before on a live stream, but I had 2 boxes and I wanted to get through them and get back to the bank the next day. And I had to take my daughter to volleyball. And, you know, most of the parents drop off and you really don't want to be standing around a lot of people right now anyway. And so I dropped her off and sat in the car and went through a whole box of halves in about 35 minutes in my car. And I found 3 NIFCs. And then I got home and I did the 1 box I had left and there was 1 in there. So the other 2 boxes I did this week were not great by any stretch. But the car hunt was kind of fun. That one looks funny, but it's going to be nothing. It's going to be dirty. D. I'm hoping my second box, we open it up and we just find silver everywhere. That would be super. So have any of you guys, looks like there's maybe 5 or 6 of you in the chat, have any of you guys ever donated to anyone's stream and hit it big and found a bunch of silver? Just curious. I have donated on a couple of channels that have guaranteed silver, so I have, the 2 or 3 times I've done it, I've been skunked every time. But I did get my guaranteed silver, which was half to 2/3 of my donation amount, which is not all bad. But of course you would prefer to actually hit some silver. You donated to Robinhood. Now, when you donated to Robinhood, was it when the current deal he's got, the $50 box with the guaranteed ounce of silver at the end? Or was it before he started doing that? And maybe he's always done that. I watched one of his, I used to always watch his videos when they dropped, but I never really watched his live streams, and I caught one a couple of weeks ago, and that's what he was doing. So I'm just curious because that's probably one of the better deals I've seen for donations, that you get a whole box. And I think he's doing like a 2020 or a 2021 Krugerrand for $50. That would almost be worth it, especially if he, well, not almost worth it, definitely worth it, because if you happen to also get a box that ends up with 5 or 10 or 15 silvers in it, you're going to make out. Okay, so let's see. That's what he's always done. All right, cool. Got a D, that's a D. Yeah, I might have to donate to somebody here just for fun in the future, because it does. I mean, I'd love to donate on Seeker's channel, just because I think he's got it's a fun show. I don't remember what his per roll donation is, but I get the impression it's not $2 or $3, because he has quite a bit of guaranteed silver for most of his tiers. So I imagine the donation is pretty high per roll, but it's a lot of fun. I watch him every week. I've actually won more giveaways there than anywhere else. Jink says he custom poured me a silver minifig too. Cool. And my son was asking me why I don't pour silver, and I was like, well, I don't have $350 to throw at all the equipment. That's the number one reason. But it'd be fun to try. It'd be a whole lot of fun to try. I still like my turtle. I'm going to bring the turtle back out. He sits with me every day. I did have my my first giveaway that I won that never showed up. That was really strange, because every giveaway that I've not won many, you know, I'm not Jimmy Licari, who wins what felt like every giveaway ever made on YouTube. I jest, but every giveaway I've won, man, whatever I won showed up within a couple of days to a week, and well packaged and all that stuff. And I won one 3-4 weeks ago, and the guy said he mailed it, and it just never showed up. We got one real shiny. That might be a NIFC or a proof. Probably an NIFC. Nope. Just a really nice 1973. Strange. Get me all excited. Menendez Cox, how are you, sir? Hola, amigo. Yeah, we're counting coins again. I know. Now I'm counting coins. I know. Always counting coins. Checking them out. I love all the smiley faces. That's funny. Or the, I'm not sure what emoji that is. The shocked face. We're at least getting into some shiny rims. Shiny edges. Maybe we'll find something here. We've got 12 rolls left on this box, and then I'm going to crack into that next one, and we're going to blow right through that. And then I got to go to bed. I'm going to say, well, maybe. We'll look at it fast, I guess. I've only got about 10 coins pulled aside to put under the scope. Gotta find something. Come on, coins. Howdy. I love it. We went from hola to howdy. I hate the bicentennial half dollar with a passion. I've probably seen 7 just in these first 10 coins. And I love them in the quarters, but I find like 15 of them in a box of quarters usually, give or take. And I swear to you, probably half a box of every box I have is bicentennial half dollars. Spanglish. The howdy Spanglish. There's scrapping, hoarding, tinkering fun. How are you, sir? Welcome to the stream. We are attempting to find silver and doing a terrible job at it. So we're going to keep looking until we find some. All right, there's probably a chromed 89p. You guys think chromed? That would be my guess. Or painted. No. It's plated, it looks like. $2001. You counter stamp your bison. Well, how do you counter stamp them? I mean, I'm not kidding. If I have 1,000 half dollars in this box, probably 300 to 400 of them are bicentennials. Well, this one, yeah, that's a 4.9's fine. I won that from Sean47 on one of his giveaways. It's my favorite piece of silver that I own. I've got a couple of things I'm very partial to, but this is by far my favorite. And it is definitely 4.9's fine silver that did it. Here, you keep that company. Nobody else wants to see that plated piece of garbage. Okay, guys, we got 7 rolls left after this one. And I'm going to burn through, I'll keep that 72 because he's pretty. I'm going to burn through some coins really fast under the scope, just to make sure I'm not throwing away a DDO. That one's all right looking too. And then I will get into the next box. Hey man, thanks for stopping by. Appreciate it, bud. I saw somewhere I got 9. I'm up to 9 likes. I love it. I like my likes. $72D. Bicentennial, 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 bicentennial. It's crazy. $24 hours counting coins. Menendez Cox, we do not count coins 24 hours in a row. I just started 50 minutes ago, give or take. 58 minutes ago. But yes, I'm sure it feels like we do it 24/7. Nice end of that box. 5 more rolls. That was 4 bicentennials in the first 6 coins. There's another one. Another one. Really nice 01D. Yeah, yep. Couple of shiny edges. I do wonder what the recycling people think when they get my garbage, because I hang on to all my boxes for several weeks and then put them all in the recycling at one time. I'm probably going to get robbed by the garbage men because they get out there and sitting in the stack of recycling, there's 83 broken down $500 boxes of half dollars and quarters. Should probably stop doing it that way, but that's how I do it. Three bicentennials in a row. Enchiladas, I get this a lot. Is enchiladas half? The sticker coin. Gotta go. See you later, Dennis. Thanks for stopping by, buddy. Appreciate you hanging out with us. Three rolls left. What is 71? I want to look at that one. Oh, I looked at the FG there. It's a nice 84. Don't need it, but it's nice. Haven't seen many for a couple. So you said you were too, but you haven't seen many for a couple of months now? You mean like the bicentennials, or what are you talking about there, Jinx? Just kind of lost my train of thought here. Got a green half dollar. It's red and green. 72. It's ugly. Oh, the enchilada one? Yeah. I used to get that all the time. I haven't seen many of them lately, but yeah, there was a while where I felt like I was getting a couple, 2 or 3 of those in every single box. So this is my last roll. That edge has been eaten up. Check that 74 out. I couldn't imagine doing like 40 boxes a week. That, I would go nuts. That's a lot of boxes. I think that was maybe Dennis earlier saying that. That's a lot of boxes, man. All right, bear with me. I'm going to just run through these real quick. If I skim over something you guys see, just scream at me in the chat, but I'm going to move pretty fast. At least I'm going to try. These are all 74s. I already looked at the couple of 73s and 77s that I had. And the big pile for me is going to be the 71s. What's up, Silver Skull Coins? Bear with me while I just check these 71s for DDOs. Hang on a second. Let me turn some lights off and make it a little better for the glare. Got about 8 more. You know, I don't think I've ever been to Hilton Head, and it's not that far from me. I know a lot of people in the Atlanta area vacation up there. I've never actually been, but I hear it's a lot of fun. Jinx, I'll be down in Florida in a couple of weeks. I'll be kind of the Panhandle, the Destin kind of area, practically Alabama more than Florida, really. But I'll be trying to find some coin shops and stuff like that while we're down there. All right, that was a lot of nothing. Let's get over here to box number 2. Oh, thing's heavy. Box number 2. Yeah, it's South Georgia and Alabama is Destin more than it is Florida. Our little vacation over the summer last year, we went down to St. Augustine. And that was fun. That was different. All right. Please let there be silver in this one. I don't see any. I see an ugly, but I don't see any silver. So like I normally like to do, I'm going to weigh the first 5 rolls just for fun, because that's just how I roll. So those are all well within spec. 225.4, 225.6, 225.2, 225.1, and I do want to look the row under it. I don't see silver down there either. All right, let's get into these rolls. So who's with us? I see Silver Skull. I see Jinx. It says I got 4 folks in the chat. Who else is still with us? 72. I got a lot of funky colors in here today. So 74D. Actually, how you weigh, you are not rolling anything. I don't know what you mean there, Jinx. I got a gold edge on one of these. I don't know if I understood what you meant there, Jinx. Oh, if you meant doing the big coin roll, no, I don't. For the Brinks boxes, I don't ever do the full coin roll because you have to take like the whole thing apart, and that gold colored was the 81 there. And I don't. Oh, that's how I roll. Yeah, I don't roll. What am I doing here? I don't roll the Brinks boxes because it's just too much trouble. Definitely the Loomis boxes. I do the whole big coin roll there, and in those what I do is the 10 rolls that you take out to make the coin roll possible, I weigh those. And that's how I sort of, for me, gauge whether I think the box is going to be a good one or a bad one. And it is a beautiful thing when you take those first 10 rolls out and you weigh them and you got 2 or 3 that are like 226 grams or a little bit higher, because you kind of know, at the very least, I've probably got some nice coins in there with very little wear on them. And very likely you have silver. And then just the opposite, you get a little discouraged when you weigh those first 10 rolls and they're all 224 grams. Down to 3. What time is it? It's 11:30. We got to find some stuff. Come on, rolls. Come on, silver. So Jinx, you hunt anything tonight? I know most nights you got your hands in a box of something. Oh, you doing that Arizona box of pennies? Is that what you're up to? Yeah, I have not done a box of pennies since our penny battle. I did do a box of nickels the other day, and it's all filmed, but I got to edit it. And I got to release that one. I was actually going to work on that and do that today. And then when I realized I was not gonna have enough time, I did that quick lottery video, which was fun, but those are really easy and you can do it in one take and you don't really need to edit anything, which is nice. Nice fast content. Oh, you couldn't pick up today? Yeah, I actually picked up a box of quarters and these 2 boxes I have today, but I still have more to pick up from two different banks, and the way that I drop everything off, I had to get through at least 2 of these boxes today. Otherwise, I wasn't going to be able to get everything for the, in time for the weekend. So. One thing I really want to do, and I don't have enough time. I have too many activities and things going on, but I would love to take a drive up into like the North Georgia mountains. Just because it's beautiful up there, but also to stop at banks along the way and credit unions, and these old banks have been around for like 100 years, and go in and ask them if they've got coins. Because I think there's probably some pretty interesting stuff laying around some of these older banks that are out in the sticks. I think that could be a lot of fun. But on the weekends, with the banks closing at noon, and my kids all have like swimming and all kinds of activities in the morning, I only have about an hour to get to a bank, so I can really only hit my local ones. $74D. Oh, shoot. Dropping coins over here. So, Jinx, how many states do you have left for your penny? I know, like last I looked, I don't know, you had 9, 10, 11 kind of done. Where are you at on your quest for the 50 different states? Roll 14 for those of you keeping track. Come on. $19.91. Oh, come on, $50. Work with me here. We got our requisite necklace coin that's been marked by the double J. See that one quite a bit. So Jinx, I know I emailed you earlier this week. I'm going Saturday to look at that big coin collection I was telling you about. I'll take some pictures, and if it looks good or interesting, or if I can't end up picking up what I want, I'll shoot you some pictures. And if you're interested, I'm happy to work with you on it. But I'm kind of excited. The guy said he's got, him and his two sisters inherited his dad's coin collection. Coin and currency collection, I think is the way he said it. And he's got over $3,000 in face value stuff. So I'm intrigued just based on that description alone. Am I walking into $3,000 worth of wheat pennies? Or, is it he's got $5,000 worth of silver certificate dollars and then a bunch of other coins on top? Like, I have no idea what I'm getting into. The guy didn't send me any pictures. But I'm going to go and take a look at it Saturday. And the cool thing is, the guy's already said, he can break it all up. So I may go in and just make an offer on bits and pieces of it. That should be fun this weekend. Well, this box is not proven to be any better. This is roll 20. Oh, no, it's all right. So what I was saying was that coin collection I emailed you about, I'm going to see it on Saturday, and the guy didn't send me any pictures. And he did say he's willing to break it up. And he's got supposedly $3,000 worth of face value stuff. But I don't know what that breakdown is. Does he have a bunch of is it a few $1,000s worth of bills? And, for all I know, the rest of it's going to be freaking, wheat pennies. But it sounded like it was a pretty extensive collection. So I'm going to go check it out, and I'll probably take some pictures. And if it looks interesting, I'll shoot some pictures over to you. And, I'm going to buy what I can get him to sell me, if it looks like it's good stuff. And I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. He did tell me that he's had 2 different appraisers look at it. And I don't know what appraisers do these days. I know what the local coin shop would do to this guy in the metro Atlanta area, which is basically give him an offer for about half of what it's worth. And I know I can beat that price. That's our first find. It's a sad one. A 2010p NIFC. It's our first real by the book find. Yeah, that's what I was saying, Jinx. It's one of those, that's my other, I say concern. It's a problem I almost hope to have. But, if I walk in there and the guy's got books and books and books and tubes of silver, right? And let's say he's got, $2,000 in face worth of constitutional. If he's willing to let go of it for, and I'm throwing out a number here, something less than spot, 16, 17, 18 times face, you know, my problem at that point is going to be, do I really want to stroke a check for all of it? Because it'll be several $1,000s if he's really got that much of it. If the guy wants, you know, 20% premium over spot, then I'm probably not going to make a deal. But we'll see. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. And definitely I'll keep a lookout for buffaloes for you. I know you love your buffaloes. And I actually just need a handful of them to finish my book, so I'd be interested in finding a few of them too. This is roll 24. But yeah, I think that would actually make a couple of pretty good videos if I can get a good buy out of that local deal. That could be fun to go through on the channel. I am dying to find me some silver, man. Feels like it's now been 2 or 3 weeks since I found some silver. And a W. I want to find me another W. Starting to feel left out. I still have not seen a 2021 quarter. I thought for sure Atlanta would have been one of the first markets to start seeing those 2021 quarters come floating in, and I haven't seen one yet. I did see on one of my Facebook groups yesterday or day before, somebody was complaining that they'd heard about coin roll hunting, or they were watching stuff on YouTube or what have you. I forget the whole story, but they said, oh, I went to my bank and I got a box of quarters and I was so excited to come home and look through them, and I opened them and I had an entire box of the new 2021 Airman quarters, and they were like, now I don't know what to do with it, and there's another enchiladas. Go with our other one from the last box. And I was like, check out eBay, man. They're probably selling. He sent you a bunch of mint mark holes. That's cool. That's awesome. Yeah, I got to do a mail call video. Dirty Money won some of the stuff from our penny hunt that we did, and he sent me something in the mail. I've already opened it. I don't want to ruin it here, but not that I think we've got 3 or 4 people in here, but he sent me some stuff to fill some holes and, paying it forward, those kinds of things. And I thought it was actually really cool of him to do. So I got to make a separate video out of that. I was thinking about attaching it to my next nickel hunt video. So I thought that was pretty neat. Did you get those pennies that I sent you in your book? Did they upgrade anything for you? You said I sold 10 rolls of those Samoas for $18 a piece. Cool. Yeah, I've still, no, I think maybe I sold them. I had some Guam and a couple of bank wrap rolls of state quarters. And I think some of them I sold on eBay, and some of them I listed and they didn't sell, and I ended up just taking them back to the bank. I've got a few things I've tried to sell that I haven't been able to make enough money to cover the fees and stuff, so I didn't sell them. And when that happens, they just go back to the bank. Come on, silver. 21 rolls left. 21. I feel like there's going to be silver in the bottom half of this box. At least one. At least one. What's up, Mo Money Inc.? They're all in your need to compare tube. Yeah, I try to upgrade as I go. But sometimes it's hard because, like, I know my nickel book. In the next video I need to push out, I kind of show the stuff that's going to be upgrades, and I'm not great at it. I eyeball it, and I'll put them under the scope if I can. But sometimes I just kind of do a visual, like, well, this one looks better than that one to me. But I'm not a coin grader, so I may be making some bad decisions. But I know, like, my nickel book, it's tough because, you know, 80% of my nickel book was filled with my first box. So literally anything I pull out of the next box could potentially upgrade something. What's up, Coin Hunter Chris? Yeah, your ears were burning. We were talking about you. Your ears were not burning because of all of the silver that we found tonight, which would be 0. But I feel like it's coming. I feel like the bottom of this box might have something in it. Running out of space in my bins here. It works for the CIA. It has all the streams bugged. So, hey, Mo Money, Jinx and I did a box battle. I wouldn't say we're, at least me, it's not that I'm into them. I'm game for them because it was a lot of fun to do the one I did with Jinx. That was good. I enjoyed myself. Coin Hunter Chris, I could not confirm or deny that. That's funny. This thing's all kinds of crooked. I'm sorry, guys. I should probably worry about keeping stuff straight. I just don't. So, Mo Money, are you looking to do a box battle, or what are you looking for, bud? I know Jinx is doing the 50 state penny challenge, and we turned that into a box battle, or sort of turned it into a box battle. Chris had to step away. He's checking his bugs to make sure they're all working correctly on the interwebs. I'm hoping he's going to sneak some silver into my boxes. That would be super too. There you go, Mo Money. Jinx will trade boxes with you. $15 rolls left, guys. 15 rolls. Bionic Bull 88. I'm sub to Bionic Bull. '82. A nice 98. Just so you know, Mo Money, none of Jinx's boxes have any wheat pennies in them. At least that was my experience. I'm just teasing. They did. It's just the Georgia box had more, I think. Legit Sir Noobs. I gotta talk to him. He said, I think he said he was in college. And he was, hey, Jimmy Lacari, I was talking about you earlier too. Good to see you, man. Hey, man, thanks for coming by and hitting that like button. I appreciate it. Oh, well, Mo Money, if his quarter boxes aren't struggling, you need to get him to send you his quarter boxes. I know in our penny battle, I had some disagreement over the number of wheat pennies he found versus I found, but I had a lot more copper in the Florida box than we had in the Georgia box, for sure. A lot more copper. This box that he sent me had a ton of copper in it. Oh, I wasn't speaking ill of you, Jimmy. I was talking about, winning giveaways. And I was just basically setting it up to say, it's not that I haven't won any, but I also haven't won as many as Jimmy Lacari, who seems to win every giveaway that was ever on YouTube. So I was just kind of teasing you a little bit without you being here. But I was just talking earlier about how a couple of weeks ago I won my first giveaway that I never actually received the giveaway. And that was quite frustrating for me because I've emailed the guy a couple of times, and I'm not going to throw him under the bus and say who it was, but it was frustrating. Just catching up on the chat here, guys. Well, that's good. That's good. So we have 11 rolls left, and I have got to find me some silver because I can't go through two boxes and saying we found a 2010 and a couple of Enchiladas stickered coins as being the big win for the night. Those cannot be the finds of the night. I refuse. So Mo Money, how are you doing on halves? Are you finding silver pretty regularly, one or two per box, or do you have your hot and cold streaks like kind of the rest of us? Because I have been in a cold streak now for a couple of weeks. And this is coming from both Brinks and Loomis. So, I can't even just yell at one or speak ill of one. That's crazy, Jinx. 18 silver quarters on the year. I know we talked about this, but last year, I think, what was it? Rob Finds Treasure said he did like 53 boxes of quarters and only had 4 silver quarters on the year. Dirty Money, great. I was just talking about you earlier too. I did get your package and I did open it, and I'm going to do a video on it because what you sent me was actually really cool of you. So thank you so much for sending that, but I am going to do a video on it. I just have not done it yet. So thank you for sending that. That was really cool. And I hope you enjoyed your pennies and my creative way of packaging them and sending them. Because I'm really super cheap and I refuse to put a $3 mailing slip on something that weighs like under an ounce or just over an ounce. That's good for you guys. I got no silver quarters ever. Ever. And that's not true. I have silver quarters. I've just never found any. I have found some 50% and 80% silver Canadians in the coin machine. But I have never found a silver quarter in a box or customer wrap scenario. And I'm starting to feel like it's a personal vendetta the quarters have against me. 8 rolls left, guys. Yeah, Mo Money. I've done 2 boxes of uncirculated quarters, and neither box had any W's in them. And there for a while, I was averaging at least 1 or 2 per box. And my last 2 or 3 boxes, I've been skunked on W's. Oh, wow. I mean, I know you did, Jinx. I know you did a couple of uncirculated boxes. I didn't realize you had done 9 of them and they were all skunks. That's crazy. And it's tough, I think, to go through, because I can't edge hunt W's. I just can't see them. But to look at roll after roll of 40 quarters with beautiful edges that are all identical drives me nuts. It's another 1980 with that really bright orangey rim. Jinx, how do you have 27 W's and you've never sold one of them on eBay? Dude, I would have offloaded probably half of those already. Yes. If I found a full box of 2020Ps that were all Ender 2020Ps, yeah. Jinx, you have 200 W's? You have 200 War in the Pacific W's. Yeah. Those would be sold if they were in my house already. They would be sold. Yeah, he is a W hoarder. I knew he did well on them. I didn't realize he had 200 of them. I mean, I literally, I'm looking at my little stack over there. I probably have, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 of them. That's it. But again, I don't do tons and tons of boxes of quarters, so that's kind of on me too. I mean, right now I'm averaging 1 or 2 boxes a week. These halves have just been terrible. Mo Money says, right, I seem to get those as well, but I have only a few extras. They are still going for $7 to $10 on eBay. All right, guys, I got 5 rolls. Oh, not even. I got 4 rolls left. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then I am calling it a night because I am tired and I have to get up early tomorrow. Oh, nice. 1970D. That is another one I have never found. I've never found a 70. I know I went for a long time without finding any 87s, and then I was finding them all the time, and then they went dark again. And then like over October, November, I felt like I was finding one in every box. Yeah, I don't find many 2020 halves. I think I've only found a few of them. And I did have Freedom Coins ship me a couple that he found. But I don't find many 2020s. Yeah, only 183. So hey, Jinx, those War in the Pacifics, are those the ones? Are those are they $7 to $10, or are those the ones that are going for some bank? Because there's one W, and I just don't know which one it is. That's like, 20, 30, $40 on eBay. Which one is that one? It's the Memorial Park one. I know I've got a couple of those. I've got a couple of those. I'd like to have me a couple of freaking 90s in this box. What I'd like to have. All right, guys, last roll. And then I got a couple to put under the scope. And like I said, I got to call it a night, man. A 74. I got a couple of 74s to look at. Yeah, 30 to 35 is nice. It does kill me what eBay takes for fees. We were talking about those 2021 P dimes that I sold, and Jinx, I know you're still selling yours, but I ended up paying almost $50 in fees selling all those 2021 P dimes. That's a lot in fees. I wish I was kidding, but this is all those boxes really produced. I've got to check a couple under the scope real quick. We have a chromed 89. We have 2 enchilada sticker coins. We've got a necklace coin and a 2010. $2,000 half dollars. That's crazy. So let's get over here under the scope. I'm just going to run through these real quick. I got a 73D. There's a bunch I threw back, guys. This is definitely not all of the potential DDOs that I came across. These are just the ones that I pulled. Yes, I get a good mix. In my halves, I get a really good mix of P's and D's. Now my quarters, less so. My quarter boxes are mainly Philadelphia. But I've started to see more. I've started to see more Denver quarters recently, and it drives me nuts because the Denver Mint Mark quarters are just much nicer finish than the Philadelphia ones. Yeah, I mean the honestly, for silver, when I move it, my favorite place to move silver is either Facebook or the Silver Forum, because there's no fees there at all, and that's just the best way for me to make money on that stuff. But when it comes to, you know, hawking some of these coins, you know, you get a no FG or something. I've tried moving those on Facebook, and you know everyone's looking to get it cheap on Facebook, but on eBay you've got people that are willing to spend money on it. Yeah, I believe that, and you know, I don't know. I was watching somebody stream the other day, and they were saying they had just the opposite problem. That, you know, most of their coins are all Denver, so they get really excited when they get Philly coins. And I feel like I get a good mix. I will say when I get fully uncirculated boxes, though, of stuff, they're almost always Phillies. I don't think I've ever gotten a box of uncirculated Denver down here in Atlanta. Yeah, that's true. You definitely have to put in the time. All right, folks. Well, that is the unfortunate end to this really bad set of boxes. You guys were talking about that American Memorial Park. Give me a second. Wilderness, Salt River Bay. No, I lied. I just have one American Memorial Park. I thought I had more. So, I'm trying to think if I have anything to show you guys. Nope, I'm sorry, I have two. I have one over here. There's one right there. Who knew? I don't know if that's one I must have found recently because it's over here on my coin roll hunting table. So, well, guys, so this was your dirty money. It says skunk boxes suck, but you can't find it if you don't look. That is true. Jinx 2001, 2003, I only did eBay, but got out because of the fees, which is very true. eBay fees suck. Let's see here. I just got to go out and get more bait. There's some truth to that. Yeah, that's right. I got the bad boxes out of the way. Pauler just has W's laid all over the place. Hey, let me, do I have them in my pocket? You know, I think I put them in my wallet. My wallet's upstairs. So let me show you guys, and I guess we can talk about it. I'm not going to make a video, but yeah, I got three 1963 red label or red sealed $2 bills. They're in horrible condition, but I got them because they were face value and they had them at the bank. And I mean, I'm just going to hang on to them. They were pretty cool, but hang on. So I have a buddy who goes to Vegas a lot, and he likes $2 bills for tips. And he said next time I'm at the bank, ask if they have $2 bills in wraps. And I did, and the bank did. So I got him 2 wraps of these, and he's going to give me, I guess more reasonable money for these this weekend. But I started to make a video of hunting these, and it was as I feared, and I just didn't look at them at the bank. But there's 3 or 4 sets of completely sequential numbers in here, and one's from 2013 and one is from 2017, and none of them are there's no radars, there's no ladders, there's no trinaries, there's nothing. But it was pretty cool. I mean, these are all more or less completely uncirculated $2 bills, which you don't see those laying around too often. But so I have those. It's kind of neat. I did get and I think I gave it back to the bank already, and I did a video of it, or at least I was going to do a video of it. I got a $50 bill that was what do they call it, a ladder today. It was from I can't even remember. Might have been 1999 or 2009 maybe, but it was either a $50 or $100 bill. I think it was a $50 bill that it had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9 in it. So it was missing the 7 because it's only, I think, 8 digits. But it was a complete ladder, which I thought was pretty cool. But I gave it to the bank today to get coins. And I did get a somewhat rare $100 star note today too, and that's actually still in my wallet from 1999. So I think I did film a little tiny video on that. It's a little longer than a short, and I'll post that on YouTube this week. But that was pretty cool. Yeah, these are nice. And they were just at the bank. I asked them if they had them. They had them in the vault. They brought them out. That's called a broken ladder. All right, so that's what I had, a broken ladder. But I turned in all my coins today, and I had a little over, I think I had a little over 1,600 in cash. And it was like, I got to go pick up some more boxes. And while I had some bills that I really wanted to hang on to, I didn't want to take out more cash because I'm not sure. I mean, the serial numbers were cool, but I'm not sure there was a ton of value there. Like, is somebody going to give me $100 for this $50 bill that's a broken ladder? Probably not. I'll kick myself later if they would have, but I ended up using it to buy more coins. So, and I think the closest thing I had in these $2 bills was one where, if you look at the serial number, it was like, and I'm making this up, but like this one, it was 3623 623 like 7. So it had 2 3-digit repeating numbers in the middle. That was about as close as I got to kind of some cool serial numbers in here. So anyway, I guess with that, I'm going to shut it down. I really appreciate all of you guys that came and hung out with me tonight. This was fun. Like I said, I got some more boxes. I may live stream them. I may just make videos out of them. So we'll see. But I've got more coins to hunt tomorrow and Saturday. So what did Chris say here real quick? It's tough to decide on, worth holding on to a cool 50 or 100. No, you're absolutely right, Chris. That's exactly what I did. Is I was like, I got a couple of cool 100s. I got a couple of cool 50s, but they're 100s and they're 50s. So I don't know if I can hang on to those. So anyway, you guys take care. Good night. See you in the next one.